Carolyn. You look lovely.
Thank you, George.
You know, you're becoming very important in my life. I hope we're going to see a lot of one another.
Good night, George.
George? George? Hi, Harry.
Hi, Carolyn.
Goodbye, Harry.
Will you get lost?
Hi there.
Goodbye there.
Will you stop policing me?
Madam, you can't be seen in public in your skivvies.
Skivvies? This is a perfectly respectable bathing suit.
Respectable. A low-cut handkerchief.
Captain Gregg, do you realize that the last man who tried to take me out now crosses the street when he sees me coming?
Merely trying to protect you from your own worst instincts.
Well, I have to make my own mistakes and my own judgments. Thank you.
Very well, you're quite right. From now on, you're perfectly free to make your own mistakes. I shan't interfere again. Hello there. Excuse me. Can you tell me where to find Gull Cottage?
You are real.
Well, I certainly hope you are. May I? You know, I have the most curious feeling. Have we met before? Or are we meeting again?
I don't know.
The name's Callahan. Sean Callahan.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Muir.
You are? You know, it's as if I'd been searching for someone all my life. And there, suddenly, there you are.
Here I am. And this is Gull Cottage. It's my home.
Is it? Do you know I came all the way from Ireland just to see it?
You did? Well, I'd be very happy to show it to you. I think you may have a surprise in store for you.
Well, the house certainly has character.
At times, it explodes with it. This is a portrait of the original owner, Captain Daniel Gregg.
So there you are, me boyo.
You know, it's amazing. You could be him.
I have every reason to believe that he's my great-great-great-grandfather. That came up fast.
Afraid we get a lot of temper squalls up here.
Did you know the captain built Gull Cottage for my great-great-great-grandmother? I found a diary written by her.
Really?
Tell that herring-gutted swab I never met his blasted grandmother.
There is a strong family resemblance.
To that watery-eyed, spindle-kneed piece of flab?
Promise not to interfere.
When he sailed, he promised to return for her in the spring. But he never came back.
Well, perhaps he couldn't. You know he died in this house.
Yeah. She married a schoolmaster, but she never quite forgot the captain. The romance appeals to me, I suppose, because I'm a writer.
Are you? Oh, so am I.
What an extraordinary coincidence.
I write for a magazine.
Well, I write for everything. Plays, poetry, articles, fictions, music.
Oh, how marvelous.
You know, you have lovely eyes. A fella could get lost in them.
There are people who say that Gull Cottage is haunted.
Oh, impossible. I'd know if that was true.
You would?
Yes, of course I would, absolutely. I know all about ghosts. I lived with the greatest of them for years.
You live with a ghost?
Yes. The great ghost Callahan. I'm writing a book about it now. I'll send you an autographed copy.
Now, children, I don't want you eating any of those cookies before supper. You'll spoil your meal.
Captain Greg, what are you doing in those clothes?
So you think I'm himself, do you?
Children, this is Mr. Callahan. These are my children, Candy, Jonathan, and Martha.
Hi.
I'm in my second child.
And a fine, buxom, blue-eyed lassie you are.
Oh, there's nothing like good old-fashioned Blarney.
Jonathan, you have the eye of a hawk and the style of an admiral.
An admiral?
Yes, an admiral. Candy, you just say the word and I'll cover you with diamonds, rubies, saltwater taffy.
Are you married?
Available. I'm willing if you are.
Can you sail a boat and tell me stories up in the crow's nest?
Stories. I have no end of adventures. There I was, lost in the Sahara, in an endless sea of sand. When me camel got too tired to carry me, I carried the camel. What a flannel mouth.
Will you tell me a story tomorrow?
If it's all right with your beautiful mother. It is not.
It is.
You and I are having dinner this evening, aren't we? You are not.
I'd love to.
8 o'clock. He's a lecherous crimp. I forbid you to go.
That will be lovely.
Don't count on it.
Good evening, Captain.
Forgive me, madam. Haven't you forgotten something?
I don't think so. What?
Your dress.
This is my dress.
It's too low and too high. You'll be arrested.
Well, it's the fashion.
It's most unsuitable. You're a mother.
I'm not Whistler's mother.
No female needs more than a fresh scrubbed face.
Captain, if that's all I wore, I would be arrested. I wonder where Sean is.
I've no idea.
Captain,
Why do you always blame me for everything?
why is there suddenly a sand trap in the middle of a paved road?
Interesting question.
Let him out.
His intentions are not honorable.
We agreed that I was going to lead my own life. He's sinking.
Yes, fast.
If you don't let him out, I'll...
You'll what? Where are you going?
To Sean. I'm going down with the car.
He'll be back here in a moment.
Thank you.
What can you possibly see in that roving womanizer?
Perhaps I see you.
Blatherskite!
Ah, if it isn't the silver-tongued one himself.
If I could write the beauty of your eyes, and in fresh numbers number all your graces, the age to come would say, this poet lies. Such heavenly touches ne'er touched earthly faces.
Oh, I'm overwhelmed.
Well, it was nice while it lasted.
I thought of nothing but you all day.
Well, then our thoughts crossed.
The drivel men and women say to one another, the inanities, the barefaced lies. I see in your eyes the first woman I ever loved and the last I ever will.
Very sweet.
Sweet? Where are your eyes? He's an octopus, crawling with arms. In one day, I have grown to love children, dogs, housekeepers named Martha, ad nauseum. Enough!
That's dirty pool.
Very weak chin.
It's just as strong as yours.
Eyes dripping with insincerity.
Just as sincere as yours.
And I must say, I don't care for his nose. It's rather inferior. And I certainly don't care for his tailor.
Will you wake him up?
The way he smirks at you, like a cat in a fishmonger's.
No doubt the way you smirked at his great-great-grandmother.
Smirked?
Smirked?
Me?
Yes!
Good night, madam.
Will you come back here? You can't leave him like this. It's unfair of you to take advantage of your supernatural powers.
Ha ha!
Oh, you needn't feel so superior just because you're not alive.
This fancy Dan peddles the same line of hot air to every woman he meets. But I suppose, being a female, you have the right to make a fool of yourself.
I certainly do.
I'd like to carry you off on a white charger. You bring out all me suppressed romanticism.
You suppressed?
Well, it's entirely possible. I'm in love.
Oh, no blarney, Mr. Callahan.
No kidding, Mrs. Muir.
You're sure you felt no ghostly presence inside?
Positive. Someday you'll visit me in Ireland, and I'll show you what a real ghost looks like.
Oh?
And if you're very lucky, you may be able to see the wee people. And did you know that if you can catch a leprechaun, he has to tell you where he's hidden his pot of gold?
I'd love to visit your country sometime.
You would? No blarney, Mr. Callahan. No kidding, Mrs. Muir.
Will you get out of his car?
You think that you're talking to yourself.
My date is with him, not you.
Absolutely. Well, just consider that I'm an invisible chaperone. Now I know why I've been lonely all these years. I've been waiting for you.
Are you ready to believe a ghost?
In a rented car? Tell him to keep his hands on the wheel and he'll be perfectly all right.
You're embarrassing me.
Why? We're alone.
Well,
There's just the two of us. And don't we make a lovely couple? So you see, I want to hear everything there is to hear about you. I want to hear about your first beau, your favorite color, your greatest wish above all others. Incredible dialogue.
Well, my favorite beau was Peter Rabbit.
And your favorite color is carrot.
And my favorite color is champagne.
And your greatest wish? To be rid of you.
To be alone with you.
You'll regret that. Darling.
Tell me about your writing. What are you working on now?
An epic poem about the great ghost Callahan's adventures. You wouldn't know a great ghost from a cigar store Indian. You wouldn't believe the capers he gets up to. Oh, the rattling of chains, the misty apparitions, the sudden terrible mad laughter, the horrible groaning. Balderdash. And on wintry nights, when the wind is howling outside, suddenly there'll be a slight mist up somewhere in the region of the ceiling. And then the faintest suggestion of himself in his kilt and the skirling of pipes. Balderdash! Balderdash! However, the Callahan is merely an echo of the past. You and I are young and alive. Would you like to dance?
Oh, yes, I'd love to.
Madam, he's holding you too close. Do you realize you're in public?
You're a marvelous dancer.
Oh, so are you.
Just stepped on your foot.
Sorry.
My fault.
Lies. All lies.
I have the strangest feeling. There's someone behind me.
Someone is.
Sean, I must tell you something. There's a ghost behind you. He's been with us all evening. It's Captain Gregg.
Just keep on looking at me like that, and I'll believe anything.
All ghosts don't rattle chains and float on ceilings.
No, indeed. Callahan is a master. Callahan is a product of your tiny imagination. No other spirit approaches him in sheer wizardry. He boggles the mind.
I'll show you how to boggle the mind.
Sean, he really is here.
He is? Then I hope he's having as good a time as we are. After all, he is my own great-great-grandfather.
Don't flatter yourself.
A warning, you set the night on fire and light every star.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right. But the car isn't.
I'm afraid we're being victimized by forces beyond our control.
Still, I don't remember ever enjoying an evening more.
Nor I.
My heart, the bird of the wilderness, has found its sky in your eyes. Oh, he's off again.
That is beautiful.
All poetry was written for you. Not so fast, me bucko.
Stop that!
I can't! Oops! Good night, Mrs. Muir!
You're absolutely inhuman.
Of course.
See, I told you. When did it arrive?
I guess during the night.
Hello, kids. Hello, Jonathan, Candy.
Mr. Callahan!
John.
Welcome to Callahan Manor. I thought this was more practical than driving back and forth.
Sure is neat.
May the children go inside and look?
Yes, of course, help yourselves. There are lollipops on the sideboard.
Oh, lollipop.
Carolyn, you know, Gull Cottage is haunted.
No.
Yes. I wanted to be near the house. I want to see the captain, talk to him. What an opportunity. My own great-great-great-grandfather.
Don't think he'd like that.
Did you see the way he swept me off my feet last night? He was magnificent.
You weren't upset?
No, of course not. What an achievement. Of course, not on a par with my experiences with the great ghost Callahan.
I must warn you. He doesn't want you here.
Nonsense. Blood is thicker than water.
Ectoplasm isn't.
Any ghost of yours is a friend of mine. Oh. Remember that always, will you?
You sure I can't help?
No, thank you. Let me show off. What happened to the lights? I'll sit tight. I light the candles.
Oh, how lovely. Candlelight is so romantic.
Last long?
Oh, turn them off. Let's stay with the candles.
He's here. Another weather tantrum?
Now you're getting the idea. You know, if this weather keeps up, I don't know how I'll ever get home tonight.
Remarkable.
It's no use, Captain. You're not scaring anyone.
The great ghost Callahan can do much better than this, me boyo. You're wonderful. A completely unflappable woman.
We're an unflappable pair.
We're perfectly mated. Down the hatch.
Up the mizzen.
You acted like a silly moth at a flame.
About those electrical pranks of yours, Captain.
You're trying to get back at me for protecting your honor.
What do you suppose happens to all those women who don't have you to protect their honor?
You like my looking after you. Admit it?
I don't, and I won't.
I know better.
You are the most aggravating, arrogant, outrageous...
Fantastic, fabulous, fascinating.
You certainly don't have a modesty hang-up.
I know what's best for you. That lout is a dishonest, concupiscent, cliché-ridden libertine.
He is delightful, amusing, and I like him.
You're not even being honest with yourself.
The subject is closed. I don't wish to discuss it further.
Woman's greatest refuge. When she can't win the battle, she turns her back on the wall.
Dematerialize.
With pleasure.
And stay out.
Club the fore and topgallant sails! Let go the topsail halyards, fore and arms! Man the pumps! We may all go to the bottom of the channel. Oh, not you. You never lost a boat yet. I looked you up in the library.
Am I in the library?
You wrote a glorious page in marine history. It's a great honor to know you, meet you, or dream about you, or whatever I'm doing. What am I doing, by the way?
You are being haunted, Mr. Callahan.
Great, wonderful, marvelous. I love it.
Flattery won't save you.
Why haven't I seen you before?
No man can see me unless I will it. I will it now because I am determined to be rid of you.
Ah, why, great-great-great-grandfather?
You are no kin of mine, you. Men like you are pirates. You court women with ardor until you are bored with the game, and then you set sail for the horizon.
Well, isn't that what you did?
No, that's what your real great-great-great-grandfather did. He never captained a ship. He never saw Gulf Cottage. He used my name illegally. His name was Callahan. Sean Callahan.
The great ghost Callahan. Well, no offense, Captain, but the Callahan was something special. Man and ghost.
Why, you briny bilge barnacle. You have the audacity to compare me to that charlatan? Man the lifeboats! The topsail mast going! Look out below! Lower away! All hands to the lifeboats! Throw that stowaway in the dinghy! 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 Dinghy!
Don't leave me alone in the dinghy. Wait! I just found your great-great-great-grandfather.
What's wrong with him?
Looks like he was bending the elbow once too often.
Get in the dinghy. You'll drown. You'll drown out there.
Out where?
I thought this dinghy was up in the attic.
It was.
Sean! Sean, wake up. Wake up, Sean.
What? What? Where am I? What am I doing here?
Rowing across the lawn.
I've been known to walk in my sleep. This is ridiculous.
How did that dinghy get down here?
Well,
Never mind. I don't want to know.
come on, children. Welcome ashore.
What a night. What an experience. Carolyn, I'm going back to Ireland.
You are? When?
Immediately, right away. What a story. I can't wait to get out my typewriter. I'm calling it The Great Ghost Greg. How is that for a title?
That's wonderful.
It'll electrify the world. I'll do lecture tours, I'll make recordings, I'll remodel the castle.
Oh, well, I'll miss you. We're sorry to see you go.
Don't be. I haven't a sincere bone in my body.
Oh, I know that.
You do?
Yes. But you've been marvelous company, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. And that's no blarney.
No kidding, Mrs. Muir.
No kidding, Mr. Callahan.
There'll be somebody by to pick up the trailer later this afternoon. And I'll send you the first autographed copy of The Great Ghost Greg, hot off the press.
Tell me, did the captain really scare you?
Confidentially, he scared the living daylights out of me. He was glorious. He was the most terrifying phenomenon I've ever witnessed. Goodbye, darling.
Well, you were right. He's not a bit like you.
Oh, I don't know. He seemed rather dashing to me just now.
I thought you couldn't stand him.
Anyone with a drop of Greg blood in him can't be all bad.
Then you admit he's a descendant.
I admit nothing, madam, except a certain admiration for his taste in women.